My recording, and here we go. So welcome everyone. This is going to be round one of the Psi Storm tournament sponsored by Western Digital. It is going to be the qualifier number 3. This is currently a bracket 3. For anyone who hasn't seen this tournament before, the way it works is there is going to be 4 separate brackets a week, and they all play down to the final 2. Those final 2 will get invites to the finals of the Psi Storm, which is a round of 32 event. And we've run these each week. This is week number 3. And so, as long as these guys battle it out, it is best of 3 all the way through. And at the very end of this thing, at the end of the 5th week, it is going to be $5 grand in prizes, sponsored by Western Digital and their Velociraptor series. A big shout out to them, and also to Cybergamer for hosting it and giving us the ability to actually run this smoothly, because it has been run extremely smoothly over the other way. But we are going to get into this game here on Steps of War. It's going to be a Louson versus Nuri PvT on Steps of War. What do you think we're going to see here from Louson, Paz?
I definitely think we're going to see an economy opening. I mean, he's going there to 9. He's going to probably slap down a pylon in his face and go for a 13 gate or a 12 gate, I reckon. It's just not worth opening with the 10 gate anymore. The Zealot build time, it's not quite as fast as it used to be. Can't really get out the damage you need.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with that Zealot. That frustrates the hell out of me ever since the patch. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's the difference between having your stuff there to protect your probes and not. So it's like constantly 1 or 2 probes going down.
Absolutely.
Especially since in PvT, I know it's phased out in the metagame recently, but Reapers aren't used that much in Protoss anymore.
I actually did see a 10 gate go down just then, but not even at his ramp. I'm a little bit confused about that opening. It doesn't seem to get any of the major benefits you'd want from a 10 gate. Very strange.
Yeah, that is pretty strange. I do know a lot of Protossers have been toying with the idea of a 10 gate is the only viable opening now because the Zealot comes out. I think that's just rubbish, but that's just me. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it comes down to whether or not you're being proxied. So if you're being proxied, 10 gate can help you out there, but everywhere else I think it's just a bit of a waste in the opening.
Yeah, you don't want to cut probes when you don't have to. That's a big no-no, especially when you start getting up to the higher tiers of play. That I know these two, they're not awesome players, but they are very good. Both of them have shown to be very good in the recently, and both of them I think are really high up on the SCA ladder rankings anyway. But we got a good probe harass by here by Louson so far. He hasn't lost his probe yet. He needs to keep this alive as long as possible. Usually you want to keep it alive until that second Marine comes out. Because really, you should never be dying to just 1 Marine unless you screw up your pathing. But on the other hand, we do have a Cybernetics core going out for Louson. No Zealot as of yet, which is interesting, because I know a lot of Protossers recently have been going for the first Zealot, then Stalker, then Sentry, to deal with any of the really early pokes up with like 2 or 3 Marauders, things like that, just to shut that down.
It looks like he's using that 10 gate to get out a super fast Cybernetics core. Which is a little bit interesting. He's just gone straight for a Stalker. Maybe he was a little bit scared of a Reaper opening or something, because he's not even going for fast warp gates, just really wants that Stalker.
Yeah, this warp gate does go down now. He does have that Stalker rallied right in the middle of the base. He did see that there was no ramp wall off for Terran, which is becoming less and less common in PvT these days anyway. But personally, what I do is I send my first Stalker, or my first or second Stalker, pop it up that ramp, check out what's going on. Because if for some reason, because there are a lot of openings for Terran that are Marine heavy, you can just walk up there and go, oh, okay, well, not what he's doing now. He'd be able to pick off that Marine and then back off before he takes any hull damage, just like he's done now. Like, he has done some damage, but he's not going to lose any hull, so that is going to regenerate. And unfortunately, there was a Marauder there for Nuri this time, but he did not see, let me just double check from his view, he did not see those extra Raxes, so it didn't give him the intel he needed, which is kind of a good play on Nuri's part. By keeping those racks far back and just denying that scouting, which is extremely important in PvT.
Absolutely. He's going for 3 racks right now, 1 with a reactor. I think we're going to see a very strong timing push. Stim is already being researched, so very clear indication of his plans there.
And it looks like we got a 3-gate Twilight Council here. I wouldn't be surprised to see very fast leg speed here, or some DTs. I know I personally was playing around with this build a few weeks ago, the really fast leg speed. It just shuts down three racks pushes so easily if you force field them up until you get that. Whoa, someone's lagging a bit. But anyway, we got warp gates coming out now for Louson. He's going to be able to hold this push off for a while if Nuri decides to be aggressive. But the problem with defending against Terran Bio as Protoss is you can do it great as with gateway units, until they get to critical mass, and then if you don't have AoE, you just get melted, and it's just not fair.
It's very, very true. But I think he's not really going to be a critical mass right now with his little army of 4 Marauders and 3 Marines. He should be able to hold this one off fairly well. It'll be the push after this when he's got stim, concussive shells, and like a big blob that's really going to be terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. But it comes down to the micro here from Louson. Is he going to be able to force field the ramp in time? He does have 1, 2, 3 force fields on him. Sorry? No? Okay.
I'd definitely give Louson on the edge in any kind of combat that happens right now. I think it's skipping up a little bit there in the audio.
Yeah, hang on. What's going on?
Or you?
I don't know what's going on. Is the game lagging or is that me?
It just came up with waiting for you in the game.
Can you close everything, please? What the hell? Don't know what's going on there.
And your audio's skipping a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think my missus is on something.
I've only got the chat.
Oh, there we go. It's fixed. I don't know what the hell was going on there. But it looks like we got a probe coming down that does spot that come up from Nuri. Louson going for the force field. Nice force field. Great force field there. Those Zealots are going to charge through all those Marines. It's really going to put them on even footing. He needs to pull those Zealots back, though. Otherwise, they're just getting taken free hits here. He needs to pull them back. Nuri does not have any vision. He's going to run up this ramp, pulling back now. Let's have a quick look. Zealot speed is about 90% done. He needs to get a chrono boost on that to be able to hold this off. He could probably push them back, but with the units streaming across here from Nuri, I know he did this to me when we were cracking our games. It's so frustrating to have so many units just constantly running up your ramp.
I don't think he has the critical mass he needs, though, to fight this battle.
Definitely not, especially with that leg speed. Leg speed makes a huge difference, especially with a Marine-heavy army that Nuri did have then.
It does look like he made a slight mistake with his rally points. As you can see, he had 3 Marauders and 3 Marines rallied into his base rather than across the map, and they're now moving across altogether.
Yeah. Nuri definitely has had the practice with this build order against Protoss. I think he smacked me with it like 5 times in a row. He's just constantly producing. Nuri has great macro. He just constantly produces those bio balls and expands at the perfect times.
Look at this, Protoss out of position. He's not going to be able to use a force field on the ramp.
Yeah, he's not, but he might be okay because there will be leg speed. Oh no, some of the Zealots get caught in the front. Nice job pulling them back, but he really needs to force field the ramp. Nicely done. There's going to just chew through all this army now. Great job by Louson. Like, a little bit out of position at first, but it came back to bite Nuri in here, in the behind there. That is great job by Louson. He's really doing a good job here. I think he needs to take an expansion now, though, to keep ahead.
That was a really, really good hold just there. And the force fields were perfectly placed, blocking the units against that wall. I think he's in a really comfortable position right now. He should take an expansion, but he should also counterattack. I think when you destroy that many units and take that few losses, it seems like a bit of a waste to just sit there.
Yeah, it's all down to the scouting though. Louson doesn't have the intel he really needs and wants of the base of Nuri. Like he didn't know that there was those 3 racks. If we jump to his view here, he still doesn't know there's 3 racks there. He doesn't know there's an expansion. He really needs that observer to get into that base ASAP because there are bunkers going down at the front. Unfortunately, bunkers make a massive difference in PBT, especially with Zealots sitting up there and just being a meat shield. But he does have that expansion down now. He does have a few immortals popping out. So really right now, Louson can pick which tech path he can go. This is why I like this build personally, is you get those Zealot leg speeds to give you that extra inch against bio balls, gives you a little bit of that extra breathing space before it becomes critical mass. And then you get the Observer to see what's going on, and from there, you can pick either Templar or Colossus. So he has the options open to him. He just needs to pick, see what Nuri's doing, pick the appropriate counter and roll with it. It just depends on if he's going to do it or not.
Yeah, he definitely needs to get some probes out as well, because he's going to be starting to fall really far behind in the economy right now. Terran player actually has 34 Harvesters against 32 and 2 Orbital Commands, which essentially means he could be up, mid-40s against this Harvester count.
Yeah, looks like we're going to see a push here, though. He needs to get those Zealots out from behind the Stalkers. That's going to really hurt him. Zealots are running into those bunkers there. Bunkers have dropped so fast. Oh my god, that was amazing force field there
force fields
by Nuri. Zealots still getting in there. The Immortals at the front taking a lot of damage. Nuri being forced to pull a lot of SCV, getting stuck behind the force fields. Not something that he wanted to happen. He is going to be able to shut down this expansion now, and Louson now getting a commanding lead here, and could probably push up the ramp and finish this right now. I'm not sure what he's doing, holding back.
Yeah, his counterattack was a little bit late, but it was still quick enough that he could take advantage of the damage he performed earlier.
Now he needs to just focus those add-ons. If he can get those add-ons down, he's golden.
All the add-ons going down right now. Look at those Immortals just demolishing all those buildings.
All the SCVs being pulled. Like, even if Louson does, like, he could probably just A-move these units into the base, and he'd still be so far ahead, it's not funny. So many SCVs being dropped here. I don't think Nuri has anything left, SCV-wise. That's going to be a GG, because he has 7 SCVs. No, none. He has a mule that's doing nothing. He's got a mule
0 SCVs and 1 mule that is not mining. 25
minerals, and there's the GG. So it's going to be 1-0 to Louson. Always good to see. That was great counter push and control by Louson to take out that map. So
that was all in those force fields. Twice there he got perfect force fields, basically sandwiching the enemy army together. I thought it was interesting that he chose not to try and cut them because he'd gone so zealot heavy. He really wanted to actually just wall them in rather than try and cut them in half, which you see a lot of players doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to end that VOD.